Shamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is boy Party for here once again. Oh goodness. It felt like it's been forever and a day since I done did this. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Jamar 4 here once again. Now I thought I've been a little MIA for the past it's been a week or two. But as y'all recall, over the past I guess it's been about a couple weeks or we had a little rain. Swipe here through Houston. You know, a little bit of rain and wind and things of that nature. So I had to make sure I was, good in all areas. Now luckily, shout out to everybody who sent me messages, texts, DMs, what have you. Asking, was I okay and whatnot. I was good, okay? I was lucky enough to be north enough in the city to not be affected by Hurricane Harvey, to where all I had was rain and like a lot of our side streets were kind of, flooding a little bit. So we were kind of wading in the water if you just had to use that street. But I didn't lose any lights. I didn't lose any cable not cable, but no lights, no internet or what have you. So luckily, I was good with that, but I wasn't able to go to work and things of that nature. So last week or so, I've just been, out of it. So I wasn't, I wasn't really putting my channel at the forefront. But we back, okay? I done caught up on all my shows, and here we are, even though it's late as hell. We're going to talk about the love and hip-hop, the cheer-ins. Now, my notes list here is very short because a lot of this stuff I didn't really too much care about, but we're going to talk about it anyway. So, first of all, there was this alleged fight. Now, VH1, Mona, y'all catch everything else from this show. But you mean to tell me that Moniece, Alexis Sky, and who else was it? Was there anybody else involved? I can't remember. But two of these allegedly beefing people in this show were able to get together and have this full-on, I guess, Uber-related fight and scuffle where wigs were pulled, people were dragged, etc., etc. And none of y'all, not one camera crew person caught that. Y'all catch everything else that's unnecessary and boring, but y'all didn't catch the actual relatively relevant information to the storyline. Now, I want to see, Moniece is good for pulling hair. Like, she pulled, who was that? Was that Princess? No, it wasn't Princess. Whose hair did she pull that one episode? I can't remember. But Moniece be acting like she all about it. She a little skinty. I'm going to have to see some proof, okay? I'm going to need to see a receipt, okay, of her and these hands that she be claiming to have. Like, she be saying, I'm just going to have to beat this person's ass or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I guess. Like I said, I have to see it first to believe it. I'm just saying. So apparently there's been this whole scuffle between the two of them. And Alexis Sky had been having back and forth between Mr. Ray, talking about I'm going to slap her when I see him. And she's on Instagram doing all these threats against Masika and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, I'm a little bit tired of this at this point. Y'all just need to put Masika and Alexis Sky in the same room so they can wear this on out. And apparently that happens next episode. And you know what? I was going to wait till the end to talk about this, but screw it, we're already here. Masika, I can't think of anybody else, at least right now, who has claimed to do this. I'm sure there are others. But she is taking off her microphone, running off set, trying to be like, I'm sick and tired of making these bitches famous. Well, in order for you to make somebody else famous, would you not have to be famous in the first place? Because if I remember, I have to move a notification out the way. If I remember correctly, your claim to fame is this show. And you were barely, I mean, which is what, season 4? I think you were only on half the seasons that this thing has been airing. So anybody else that's on this show has the same level of fame as you, sweetheart. Just because you've been on there one season longer than they have, and you know she's tried that you season one bitch or something she said, girl, listen, outside of this show, we don't care about nothing that you do. And secretly, we don't care about half the stuff that you do on the show. No tea. No shit. That's the truth. So you running off like you somebody's star, like you the head bitch on the credits. Are you even on the credits? Masika's on the credits. I'm almost positive Masika's on the credits. Either if you know or not, you act like you were just the only one that they showed for like 30 seconds, and you were just the queen bee. You bring in the ratings. If you don't take you and your oversized lopsided titties away from Masika, girl, I think are you acting like you are afraid of Alexis? Let's just put it on out there, because there have been so many times Alexis has met with Moniece. She's been confronted Zale. She's confronted every one of your cronies just about, except for Nia. We don't know why Nia's really even on the show anymore. But she's confronted every other person you associate with except you. Why is that? Because you don't want to make nobody famous. You make them famous by what? You be in the same room with Nia. You film multiple scenes with Nia, and yet we still don't know. Let's just call a spade, y'all. Who has filmed scenes with Masika and gotten famous from being in them scenes? I'll wait. You know what? I don't have that kind of time because there ain't no answers. Anyways, I had to let that out. It was on my spirit. That has nothing to do with this episode. That's next week, but it was on my heart to say it right then and there. So there it is. So Lyrica's throwing this listening party for her EP, LP, album, mixtape, whatever. She has one little song on there called "Don't Take It Personal." It sounds meh. I mean, most of Love and Hip Hop music sounds meh. So, it is what it is. But she's happy about it. She says her and her husband are on the same page. She's finally his focus of, I guess the focus of his life now. Cool, whatever. Brooke decides to bring Booby to the party. And their whole thing is, we were friends for a long time. We get each other. We love each other like, I guess brother and sister at first. But, he was with Keisha. She was with, what's that boy name? Bitch, I forgot his name. I forgot her old boyfriend name. Whatever. Him. And she was with him, so they never really decided to cross that path, out of respect for each other's relationships. But now that him and Keisha ain't together no more, and her dude was screwing his not parole officer, what's his name? Paralegal for a divorce. She's like, why not? Why not? And that is kind of like a, perfect situation to be in secretly. So they bring her to the party and everybody's kind of looking at her like, what you doing, girl? What you doing? What's his name? And she's like, I don't know. That ain't none of my business, okay? But you're like, you know what? You can do whatever you want to do. You grown. As long as you don't, mess with me and mines, have at it. So Hazel walks into the establishment, and apparently we get backstory that she doesn't like Brooke because oops, that was shady. Her and I swear I didn't mean that. Her and Booby had a thing once upon a time, and it just never really went anywhere after that. But Brooke was like acting all crazy when she called Booby on FaceTime or something like that, and she just been away. I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess y'all have to connect each other somehow. Whatever. So Mr. Ray comes in with Nia and Moniece, the petty gang. And Alexis Sky is there. And of course, Alexis says, has her words with Ray, says, well, you said you were going to slap me when you saw me, so I'm just waiting for you to slap me, and blah, blah, blah. And then earlier, Moniece, when Lyrica tried to invite Moniece to the party, of course, Moniece is just being petty with anybody that's associated with Masika or Alexis Sky. And since, Lyrica was the target at that point, she said something about, you need to get out of my face, this, that, and the fourth, I'm going to beat your ass or whatever. Lyrica's like, wait, what? And the first time, she let it go. Now she's like, well, the last time you said you was going to beat my ass, well, here I am, now what? And Moniece is just like, I'm not here to talk to you, I'm not here to talk to you. She's like, now what? With all the neck roll. I was like, okay, Lyrica, I see you trying to be bowdy bowdy. You better give me entertainment. So, moving right along, Nikki has an event for her alleged cosmetic line that she launches. These people will launch cosmetic lines, clothing lines, hair lines, whatever. Whatever kind of line they can launch, they say they're going to launch, they're going to do it. So, she has this event, and she wants to invite Hazel, E, and Tierra to come and mend fences or whatever. You knew that was a bad idea when you thought about it. Because one thing about Tierra that I can respect, if she don't like you, she's not going to try to butt bread with you. She's not going to try to make Kiki the cackle or do whatever with you. She ain't even going to do all that. She like, look, so last time we met, you threw a plate of food at me. And I think she was trying to say, like, my bad. But Hazel Lee, mind you, Hazel... Now, usually you look bad by definition. I never really look at Hazel and be like, dang, she looks good from head to toe. Hardly, never. But on this particular day, something was just not right. Or the lighting was shady. Or her hairstylist was shady. Because I thought she was supposed to have like brunette, like curly situation going on. And yet, upon closer inspection, when the camera zoomed in a little bit further when she was talking with Nikki, you see like curly strands, and then you see some strands that look like they were straightened by a hair straightener randomly in the bunch. There's like one here, a couple here. I'm like, what's with this? All the inconsistency. Then I'm assuming this has to do with the lighting, because I'm seeing the light hit her from one angle, and I'm seeing every pore in her face. I'm like, whoa, and it looks pasty and rough. I'm like, okay, either the lighting person shaded you, we already know your hairstylist shaded you, but your makeup artist may have got you together. Somebody somewhere around in your personal circle is not your friend or was not your friend on this day. I'm just saying. So she says, oh, you threw a plate at me. And she's like, well, you deserve the plate because you was talking all this mess and blah, blah, blah. So he's like, oh, so we're supposed to get physical? And she's like, I mean, should we have to? And then, of course, Tierra is not ashamed to be the first one to run up. She tried to run around. And, of course, security be on her like white on rice because they know Tierra will actually lay hands. Like, Tierra's not one of them just, okay, I'm going to run and I need you guys to stop me before I get too close. Like, just for TV, no, she will literally go up and, handle hers. I believe that wholeheartedly. Excuse me. I don't really want to talk too much about the Ray J and the princess and them trying to have a baby, just because I was bored. Sue me. So, the end of that's the truth, y'all. We know she's pregnant now, so congratulations. So AJ, it's not her name, AD, I'm sorry. AD has this best friend who, I mean, we can all see that clearly that best friend has feelings for her, because there's no way, and Moniece is right, there's no way you would be doing all that and feeling all the type of way about your best friend's girlfriend if you didn't want them in the first place. So they try to get them together. Of course, that doesn't work out. And I mean, honestly, I wouldn't associate with neither one of them, because she's not really your best friend if she's trying to, run people that you claim to love out your life. And she's not really that much of a supportive girlfriend if she can't sit and have a grown discussion with somebody who's already in your loved one's life before you. So neither one of them are exhibiting mature behavior right now. And if I was AD, I wouldn't mess with either one of them for real. But you know, that's her thing. But AD wants to invite Tiara to Moniece's birthday party. And she's like, well, we ain't really all that cool right now because of what she did when it came with Cisco and blah, blah, blah. Speaking of Cisco, I don't know how I forgot this. Well, was this episode? It don't matter. Because I was watching 3 episodes last night. Cisco gave the worst excuse, the most fuckboy excuse I've ever heard. Probably one of the worst to date. So his claim to cheating, or his justification in cheating with Amber, is because, I mean, well, you was bugging, and I mean, like, we had that fight, so I mean, you wasn't acting right, so that's the only reason why I'm here. So we have an argument that leads you to go slip up into another vagina? I don't think so. Like, see, he really tried to make it seem like I was right for doing that, like, she's just for fun, this, that, and the fourth. I love you. I don't, like I said, typical fuckboy behavior, I'm just saying. But anyways, I'm trying to go ahead and end this. So Tiara says that she may or may not, you know, come because her and Moniece aren't that great of friends, but she decides to come anyway in respect for AD. So she gets there and she's like, it's supposed to be a surprise party, it's kind of quiet. I mean, mind you, you know, it's a surprise, so they don't want it to be, you know, too obvious, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. So she walks in, and then she's like, hi, my name, and then some lady comes over and says, hi, my name is such and such, insert Caucasian woman's name, and I'm here, you know, to help, your friends want to talk to you about your alcohol problem. Tiara was like, she did that, bitch, what? Like, did they really just try me like that? You know, it was funny. And then so next week, you know, we see them try to have an intervention with Tiara, and then we see Masika trying to claim that she's making people relevant. Goodbye. But that was Love and Hip Hop, y'all. I hope y'all still cared about it at this point, like 3-4 days later. But that was my take on it. I want to at least give y'all this video. I don't know which video, because I'm uploading 2 videos. I don't know which one is going to go up first, so I'm not going to say what the other video is. But yeah, let's just look out on my channel. Just look out on my channel. It's something that we used to always talk about before. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you comment, share it. If you're new, please subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe. Washington.